Oh my gosh, dude. It's so bright, all right? It's because I got the glasses halfway, half on. So I'm seeing all the bright lights and all the dark, so I've got like the worst of both worlds right now. This is unbelievable. Ladies and gentlemen, I was looking at the audio levels and whatnot because I'm not entirely dialed in. Glasses exposed. Guys, I'm sorry. Did I throw you off by my unprofessionalism? My name is Tristan Sartoris. Welcome back to Full Circus, the only show in which I deliver you all the complaints and information that you didn't ask for whenever you least desire it. Somebody asked me recently, I mean, they didn't. I volunteered this information, but it's just, segues, right? They were like, how's the weather? I'm like, I have a podcast. And yeah, sure. Dude, I got so much to say and not enough people to listen. And that's kind of the entitlement here that we strive for on Full Circus. You don't have to listen, but if you do, hey, hop on board of the complaint train. This episode is going to be full of them, guys, all right? In a charismatic manner, of course. But I just want to say, first and foremost, that we do have, this is actually going to be a big addressment. We've had an uptick in viewership and subscribers. We've had people hopping aboard the Full Circus train and going into the tent. Other analogies and things that mean new people are watching and listening. And a lot of that has to do with the wedgies. We've done a couple different episodes about that. I'm answering questions. It's a very fun and silly topic for me to dive into, okay? I always have a lot of fun talking about it because I think it's stupid and silly and hilarious and embarrassing. But it's recently come to my attention that whole shtick I've been doing is a bit of a kink. Not like in a hose, but, they're fetishizing the ways of the wedgie. And I was starting to feel a little weird about it because some of those episodes have gotten thousands upon thousands of views, and then I'm getting hundreds of messages, and people go, when are you going to do another wedgie? But not even just like when or asking if I could. They're saying, do another one now. Talk about wedgies some more. Do it. You're no good if you're not talking about the wedgies. And go, this is getting a bit rude, getting a bit commanding. What is the deal with the wedgies? Why so peculiar? I think they're silly. I think they're fun. It's exciting. It's kind of, it's just childish and immature to talk about. And then after the last kind of wave of people, a couple people have reached out and say, hey, I don't know if you know, but this is, it's a sexual thing. People are really into the wedgies. And you know what? I'm a wedgie pacifist, guys, okay? I'm not into getting them or giving them. I have a lot of experience with it from growing up and being, a younger brother. But look, I like wedgies to be silly and fun, and if we're going to fetishize, okay, or if you're going to use what I'm talking about and make it into something else, I don't feel comfortable talking about it, okay? That's just, it's not, okay, and I'm not trying to kink shame, okay, because you don't get to pick those, I don't think, and if you did, you wouldn't choose one that's like an embarrassment, you wouldn't choose one where people laugh. Yeah, obviously if you had a fetish, you'd want one to be like, I like it. You know what really, really warms my tummy? When somebody says, you're a good guy. And I go, well, that's my thing, But, I guess you get stuck with the underwear in your butt crack, metaphorically and literally. So I was not aware that it was a kink, and I'm sorry that it is, but that's not to say I won't talk about wedgies anymore. I feel like I'm giving off some sort of weird content. I thought we were all laughing and having fun, but some people are enjoying it in a different way that I didn't intend, and I feel like I'm catering to that and that only. I'm feeling like, you know what I'm saying? Just like, yeah. So you know what? We're just going to keep on doing us, and I feel a little bit better now about denying all the, again, demands to do it. Do it now! You got to talk about the wedgies! We would love to shut up! I'm like, but also, why even demand it in the first place? Apparently, you guys like them, All my advice is about how to avoid wedgies, how to get out of the situation, all right? If you like wedgies, you're invulnerable. You're impenetrable. No one can hurt you with a wedgie. Okay? If you're in middle school, somebody comes up, a yoink, and you just turn around, a little smirk. They go, oh, okay, well, this isn't, it didn't have the effect that I intended on, right? So you guys are already immune. You're already perfect. You don't need advice from me. So, I feel a little bit better now because I'm like, I can't talk about wedgies every episode. But also I know that you guys want to talk about it. But, now I know something different. So, you know what? I'm sorry, but not sorry, but in the same air of space, those are the facts. But if you are like me, because there are a lot of people that were just like, oh, this is funny and kind of an obscure topic to cover when we have talked about wedgies. Wedgies, they're not going anywhere than they haven't been already. I'm just saying more to the people, the hundreds of people who blow up my inbox and say, do it now, you loser. No. Okay? I'm not going to. So anyways, outside of that, that's the major news of the show, okay, of the Full Circus community. And outside of that, I just got off a little bit of a vacation, if you can't tell by the $7 bolo, right? And I make it look like $8, maybe $8.50. I actually forgot to bring it with me to the beach. I bought it on this kind of spur of the moment. My dad's like, hey, everything's going to be kind of busy. Let's gather up what kind of family members we can, and let's do a quick little beach trip. And I said, sure thing, let me throw a polo on. And then I did, and then I took it off for some reason. I just forgot it. I just left it. So I'm wearing it now because it got absolutely no use on this little vacation. But the beach was nice. Hold up. Let me rewind. The beach was not nice, dude. We went to Virginia Beach, and I don't mean to be more of a Yelp, okay, or a TripAdvisor, right? If you're trying to take some sort of vacation, I'm going to sit behind my desk and punch in the numbers and the codes and say, this is where you should or should not go. But I will say, don't go there, all right? Now, look, man, there are 3 things that I've been enjoying on our family vacations as of late. I love to surf. I love to skateboard, and I love the dogs that we bring. Now, recently on this last trip, I even got into fishing. So the 4 fundamental truths of activity: surf, skate, dogs, fish, knuckle sandwich, boom. And I got hit by all of them in the fact that they were taken from me. So Virginia Beach, if you don't know, it's a very popular place to visit on the East Coast, and they have this nice boardwalk. And the boardwalk it's beautiful. The ocean's nice, sand is clean, the water is it's salty. What can you say about it? And I was immediately thrilled about the appearance and the vibe and the energy. Love it. Okay, that all is very exciting. I guess what I'm saying is, if you're into the things that I like, don't go, because immediately we step onto the boardwalk and we find out that the dogs can't come with us. Hey, by the way, no dogs. Whoa, that's already down one, okay? So now we're sitting there, and I'm like, well, I'll just hang out around here. I guess I'll just kind of skate up and down the boardwalk. But right below that, it says no skateboarding. Can you believe that? No dogs and no skateboarding were kind of like the only 2 main rules they had. It didn't say anything about smoking or murder, for that matter, or thief, or kidnap. Dude, it did say no signs outlawed such dangerous, heinous criminal acts, but God forbid I ride around on my skateboard with a poodle. I'm the bad guy. So I was banned from those 2 things immediately. So the boardwalk, my excitement for the boardwalk kind of dwindled a little bit, because I was like, well, we're just going to walk. No dogs, no skateboarding, whatever. And then I made my way down to the shore, because if the boardwalk, you go to Virginia Beach for the boardwalk, I think. But if the excitement part of that is taken away, you might as well just enjoy the coast. It's the ocean, okay? Everybody loves the ocean, and especially me, man. I've been enjoying some surfing, some fishing, so I'm going to just do that. You can't control the water, right? 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 So I go out there early, man, and I'm talking early, like 9:30, 9:45 a.m. And I'm waiting for it to kind of decrowd, because there's a lot of people, because like I said, it's a hot spot. And I had never been here before, but I wait for them to clear up, and I jump in the water. I get all of 2 waves in, and they're it does, regardless of the fact that I failed in the ocean, does not matter because immediately a lifeguard comes running up to me, like Baywatch, holding this freaking rubber. I don't even know. I don't know what it does. I assume it floats, but I've never seen it in action. I've never seen a lifeguard actually do anything. And they're always just sitting there, just chilling, just on the phones, boom, maybe even two. They're dual wielding technology. And you look down for the coast, nobody's doing a thing. In fact, this it's a quick little tangent. I don't know why a lifeguard's useful. And furthermore, all right, I don't know why they're lean. Okay, I'll say that. You don't ever see any fat lifeguards. But you know what? You know what's not good for swimming? Being lean. All right? It's like the Marines. Like the leaner you are, you don't have any flotation. Okay, you got no fat. But a fat lifeguard, it's the optimal body shape for buoyancy, is it not? Like, if you're too lean, like they're lean, they're toned, they're running, and sure, they look great. But if I'm out there drowning, again, I've never seen them need to do anything. They can only be so helpful. But anyways, I digress. I think we should have more fat lifeguards. I could be one after I was eating on this trip. But rewinding back to the fact that lifeguard runs up to me and she says, hey, just so you know, there's no surfing after 10 a.m. And I go, oh my gosh, what? It's the ocean? What do you mean I can't surf in the ocean? It's the waves. Are you making these waves happen? Where do I go to surf? So that was cut off. I didn't get to surf. That was the most exciting part of the vacation that I really wanted to. And then they saw my brother and my dad fishing right next to me and said, oh, by the way, also, and no fishing. So that was shut down very quick. And then they just scampered off. All the lifeguards, they just ran away. They weren't even at their post. In hindsight, we should have just broken the rules because not only are they not fat enough to do their job, they're not even there watching. I don't know what use a lifeguard serves, okay? If you're not guarding life, what you guarding? Fun, okay? You're a fun guard because I didn't get to do anything I wanted to. Now, eventually we did take the dogs and the skateboard on the boardwalk because rules. However, I didn't get to. It was harder to sneak in a good surf because there was just so many people and I don't know. I just couldn't make it happen. So, beach. If you just like to sit in the sand, do that. I didn't ask if you could do sandcastles. I'd be wary about doing anything like that. Kite flying. I don't know. Whatever beach activities you might like to do, they might not be okay with it, but. Looks great, okay? Like I said, it's just a screensaver. It's a nice place to look at. But I was very disappointed, man. So I'm gonna have to do another emergency and just run off to some beach somewhere and get some surfing. Not because I'm great at it, okay? But because I want to be great at it. Dude, speaking of something I'm not great at, when I did take the skateboard on the boardwalk, so embarrassing. Because I'm just hopping back on the board and I'm riding and someone's like, do a trick and do a kickflip. And I go, I don't know how to because just try. And I go, okay. And I tried and I wipe out and they go, oh. And they just keep riding. They just keep going. No, sorry. I shouldn't have asked that. I didn't know it was outside of your capability. Nothing. All right. And they were embarrassed for me. You know how hard that is, dude? When you jump past embarrassment and go straight to sympathy, it's a hard watch. You imagine you're playing guitar on stage and you hit all the wrong notes, snap a string. Not only are you embarrassed because you're failing, but they all look back at you and go, oh no, we feel bad for you. You go, stop, I can't, double. We can't all, it's just a whirlpool of shame going around. So that's what I was feeling. I did redeem myself later on because there was enough people that I was breaking the rules around that they're like, try do some tricks. And then I landed a pop shove in a frontside 180. Not too shabby. Yeah, I eventually landed the most basic of tricks. But you know what? Okay, it was a victory for me, especially in all that was going on. Okay, I needed something. So anyways, that was how the trip went. Kind of full stop. Right? There was fun, there was family, but the activities weren't quite there all the way, man. But I I was so mad leading into the beach trip. I mean, not really, but the day that we were packing, I can't even tell you how, like, frustrated I was. I'm not in that mindset anymore. I'm calm and I'm zen, I guess you could say, after I just spent 15 minutes complaining about lifeguards. But I was just frustrated. You know when you're having just a rough day, man, and things just aren't going your way at all. Like, I'm trying to get back into the mindset for you, okay? So there was a lot of things that needed to be done. We were packing. We were getting different items and artifacts and preparing the car and the trip and all that and family and coordination, things, right? And I was given three just minuscule chores, okay? My dad asked if I could go return a car battery. He asked if I could get him some chlorine for his hot tub and if I could put some more water in it. This is all about a 45-minute jaunt. I regret to inform you that this took me all of 4.5 hours, all right? So, I woke up in the morning, right? Just early again. Just not as early as the beach, but more like 10:30 a.m. And all I wanted to do was get a little bit of skateboarding in, okay, so I wouldn't embarrass myself inevitably on the boardwalk like I did later, but I just wanted to skate a little bit, okay? I'm just trying to get back into it. And I couldn't do that because I had a quick little 45-minute chore, so I say, hey, an hour from now, I'm going to be getting after it. So I go to take this battery back to Boulevard, okay? It's more of an open junkyard, and you're picking pieces and parts, and I don't go to this place. Okay, so I'm told, take this battery back and get a new one. So I go through the steps and the hurdles, and I give him my dad's card, and he's like, you Carl Sartoris? And I say, I guess so. And he's like, okay, well, what do you need anything? You need advice? I'm like, yeah, I just need to return a battery. And he goes, okay, well, you know where to go. I don't, but I assumed I did. So I'm walking through this junkyard, rows and rows and rows of cars for like 45 minutes in 90-degree heat, and it's all just to save like $20 on this battery. And I'm doing the math, and I'm thinking, by the time that I'm wasting right now, all right, I could have just bought a brand new battery. And I'm doing the logic, and I'm crunching the numbers, and I'm getting upset, and every single car doesn't have a battery. I'm trying to find one single battery, and I don't know why I didn't put the pieces together earlier, okay, but I'm already getting upset. So I'm going up and down, and eventually I call my dad, and I say, hey, are the batteries in the engine bays or nah? And he goes, oh, sorry, I forgot to tell you that, I just assumed that you weren't an idiot. No, he didn't say that, but he's like, I didn't know you didn't know. And they're inside. So I didn't need to be outside whatsoever, and I should have done a quick little U-turn and got out. But dude, the time alone, all right, like I was just, oh man, like my patience. I don't know if you know this about me, and I try to be a very patient fella, but my patience begins and ends at 0. Okay, I don't have any of it. People are like, oh, my patience is wearing thin, but it's not. Okay, you guys have you have the patience of a pancake. Okay, I call it pancake patience. It's very thick, it's light and fluffy, goes on and on for days. It takes a while to wear through, but not me, dude. I got the patience of a crepe. All right, that crap's freaking thin, like a contact lens. Not even a daily or that monthly. I'm talking just a thick monocle of just, dude. So I was just fuming, all right? My blood was boiling, and I don't know, it's not like I'm mad at anybody or anything. I'm impatient, and I don't know why. Okay, I mean, I know I just want to go skateboard, but it's just not even that. It's just the fact that I'm wasting time on nothing, man. All right? A lot of people, it takes time, and they ease into it. Your patience wears thin. It's like, oh, my blood's beginning to boil. Dude, I started off at a SIMMER, all right? And I immediately skyrocketed to the part where I couldn't have any more. So I threw that battery in, and the guy's like, well, did you find a new one? I said, no, I didn't. And he says, do you want to? I say, I don't really care. He says, the freaking battery rack's right next to you. So I check them all out. There's only like 4. I say, it's not going to fit. I put the battery on the counter. He says, do you want to check again? I say, no, not really. Okay. He goes, well, you know what? It's a very rare battery, but we'll just check for you. I say, it's 4 batteries. There's no double checks. And now these 2 goofballs, they run right past me, and they're checking out all 4 batteries for God knows way longer than it was. And they go, oh, you were right. They didn't have the right battery that you were trying to exchange. They go, hey. Okay? I just want to, like a magician, pull a blanket over my face and then drop it and just disappear and be gone. I'm mad, dude. But not at anybody or anything. I'm not mad at these guys, but I'm just, I'm just itching, okay? I'm like allergic to standing still. I couldn't believe it. So I finally hop back into this car, and I drive to the store. I'm like, well, that was inconvenient. Surely we spent about an hour and a half at this place that should have apparently taken a quick 30 seconds. That sucks. But I'm going to go get this chlorine for the hot tub, and I'll go and just put some water in it. Everything will be kosher, right? So I'm driving back to the store, and I'm calming down. I'm like, what am I? Okay, the sun's shining. It's bright. About to go on vacation. Things are perfect, right? I get to the store, and wouldn't you believe it? But the hot tub section, all right, where they have the chemicals and the pools and noodles and all that, I can't find it, all right? Now, I spend a good 15, 20 minutes walking around the store because I don't want to be a dunce. I don't want to need help. I feel like I know where the freaking place is. But I'm willing to put that aside because I just wasted a lot of time there. I'm not going to waste my whole day in this store. I'm going to man up and I'm going to go ask somebody for help because that's what you do when you're a man. You're not afraid to go ask for directions. You're ready to go in because you know, right? You know that they know what I need to know. So I say, you know what? Pride aside, ma'am, could you tell me where the hot tub stuff is? And this lady with the lanyard and the glasses and the Meyer freaking all team sports gear merch, okay, she's a part of the store. She says, I don't know. Okay? Steam out the ears, dude. Like glass thermometer. It's busted. And I go, who should I ask? And she's like, well, I don't, it's just that we have like a new school season things and we kind of get rid of all the summer stuff. I go, no freaking way. So I'm calling my dad now. I'm like, I don't think they have it. I don't think they have the gear. And he's like, well, just go take a good look around. If they don't have it, it's fine. I go, oh. So now I'm searching up and down these aisles, and then I check on the Meyer app thing and it says, hey, yeah, we've got the chlorine. I say, well, I'm going to go show it to somebody else. Okay, now if the people and the freaking the badges and the name tags, like they're a mascot for the place, if they don't know where it is, what chance do I have? Not great. I spend another 25 minutes here wandering, and I do find a small little clearance aisle. It's not even an aisle, dude. It's the very back end of the aisle. It's just one strip of things. And they have everything basically there except for the chlorine. So I get some sort of knockoff thing and just hope that it'll do. And then I come back, and at least I'm back home. Okay. Now, again, I'm not very patient, but I think my recovery's pretty good. For how hot and fuming I was to just cool down the car ride, bam! And then I spike again, of course. But then in the car ride back home, boom! I recover. Okay. I'm going to dump this chlorine. I'm going to stick a hose in a hot tub, and that's going to be that. Okay? How hard could that be? 1. I open the chlorine. It's the sand of chlorine, right? I open it, it rips, it falls all over the floor. I bump a bunch of it into the freaking hot tub and fine. Relax. Okay, you're home. This is the last 30 seconds. Everything's gonna move on. I go downstairs and there's no hookup to get the water into this hot tub. And he's like, well, go out and get the hose from the front yard and you'll pipe it down through. And what you're going to want to do is you're going to take it from the hot water from the back of the washer and then run it to the hot tub. I go, well, this is a bit more extra steps than I thought, but 5 minutes, okay, patience. I'm reeling it back in. Come on. You don't need to be upset. You're just trying to skateboard. You're trying to have fun. You're a happy-go-lucky camping kid. So I can't, right? There's no wrenches at home. This thing is too tight, and I can't get it for the life of me. And I'm just gripping it with all of my might, and my fingers are getting cut, and they're bleeding now. And I can't get the freaking thing off. I just want to get the hose. I can put it out to the water so I'm bleeding. And then finally I get it cracked just enough. Sprays, water, shirt, soap, everywhere. Oh, it's hot. I'm burning. I hate it. I'm upset. So then finally I crank it off and I put the new hose on as best as I can. I put the new hose back on, cranked as best as I can, but apparently it doesn't have some sort of washer. So this hose is bad after I spent, I don't know, another half an hour trying to get it back on. He goes, oh yeah, seems to be that's a bad hose. You might need to go get the other one that's already plugged into the front yard. Yeah, dude. So I'm sprayed again and again and again, and I finally pipe it back off. Everything's closed. I go up to the front yard to get the hose that's on the front of the house, and this hose is usually just lying there, okay? This hose is usually not tightened all the way, but you know what? It was. And you know why it was? Because me, the good Samaritan and go-getter that I am, okay, the last time I had hooked it up, I thought, you know what, we never really tighten these things all the way. So why don't I just give it all I got? So this hose was put on so well done, and I'm soaking wet. And now it's hot and humid, and I'm running out of time to skateboard, and everyone's, like, time is actually ticking. Like, I actually don't have any time to skateboard at this point. So I'm just gripping it with all of my might again. I don't know how I'm bleeding. Or just so soaked. Eventually I get it and I'm able to go downstairs and I do eventually hook it up. And like the story ends in that Tristan completed all his missions. Okay. But again, 30, 45 minutes, just a couple little simple chores, man. Okay. But it took me all day. All right. I had some stuff that we were supposed to be doing at like 6 p.m. and I was done closer to 5. So I thought, I'm going to take a second, catch my breath, recover, and I'm going to go skateboard. Finally, I'm going to do something for me, dude. I'm going to do something for me. I've earned this, okay? I'm going to go skateboard and just go find my happy place. But by the grace of the devil's ballsack, it starts storming, okay? Rain, hurricane, immediately I step outside. I'm soaked again, dude. I'm double soaked. I'm re-soaked, and I'm re-upset. So I'm just... Nothing went right on this whole trip, and eventually, I guess I was able to get back into the mindset of how just strung up and wired I was, like a spring, just. So, anyways, I was able to recover eventually, by eating my feelings and then recognizing the fact that we were going to the beach and I was going to be able to spend my whole week surfing. Rewind, listen to that. And that was exactly how my week went. So, what I like to say, guys, is that not only do things not always work out, they never work out, okay? But you know what? It's just, I was feeling upset because things always work out for me. And that's the truth. And I like to believe that they do. But I was trying to figure out why aren't things working out for me? Things always work out for me. But then I remembered I was doing chores for my dad. And things never work out for him. So effectively, I was getting the downspout of bad luck that was coming down from his end. He had given me cursed chores, of course, because if it wasn't me to do these, he was going to do them himself. And of course, as I said, things don't go well for him, so this would have been his own plate of disaster. But it was pawned off onto me. So, yeah, I don't know if it's necessarily that things always go well for me, but it's my missions in life, okay? Maybe they're just so simple and menial. Menial? They're so easy that's why things always go well. And I took on the challenge, and I failed drastically, man. I don't know. I think I have good luck. I think he has bad luck. That's just the way. I assume he just starts every day by just breaking a bunch of mirrors and then throwing a black cat under a ladder. He's like, all right, now let's get to it. And then things just poof. But I got a little taste of that, and I've never had more empathy. I've never understood where he's coming from. I've never really just grasped how hard it must be to be him sometimes when he walks into the door and he says, nothing went right. And I go, oh, I get it. Okay, I understand. And understand I do. So that was basically, I know he spent the whole podcast basically talking about failures, but as I was starting off, it's a podcast of complaints and riddles. There was no riddles this one, but that's the riddle. Find the riddle. No, I mean, look, if I can't laugh at my own misfortune, then what's the point of having it? So somebody better find joy in it, because that's where the true heroicism comes from. It's like a sport of misfortune, and I was winning gold. Look at that segue. I did that on purpose. Welcome to the Olympics. Dude, the Olympics are still going on. Oh my God, there's so many sports, dude. But they're still going on, and America is in first for everything: gold, silver, bronze, total, all of it. And it's amazing. And I was keeping up with it in that sense. And my brother's like, why are you keeping up? Who cares about the Olympics, right? We don't watch the Olympics. Ooh. You know? Why watch the Olympics? And I was just tracking it. I was like, I want America to be first. And he's like, why? You know, like, why do you care? And I realized it was more of a selfish or egotistical standpoint that I wanted to be able to say that I come from the most athletic country, right? That's what I wanted for me. Just to say, look, I'm not in any class or category by any of them. I can't even return a battery without wasting my whole day. But there's something to be said, like, I'm kind of on the team, you know? It's the same equivalent to being like, well, I like the Patriots, so we're the best team. And I'm going to stick by that, okay? It might not make a lot of sense, but gosh dang it, all right, good for America. They're athletic and they're winning all of them, and I like to think, if not them, then me. I would have risen to the challenge in something. I don't know. Or do I fight? There's a lot of those things are so weird too, because even the people, not all of them, of course, but a lot of the athletes that win golds for other countries, is for Canada or Serbia or another country you can't think of right now. They live in America, okay? Like the Japanese skateboarder who won gold. He lives and resides in America, all right? He spent most of his years learning to skateboard in America, I assume. I don't know how old he is, but he moved when he was a younger boy. But, a lot of people live in America, so wouldn't that make them American athletes? So does it matter where you live, or does it matter where you were born, or does it matter where your freaking ancestry and lineage falls back to? Because then I'd be screwed if I had to, fight on the Italian team, and I don't know how well they're doing, but they're not first. And does that mean I'm coming from one of the most unathletic? Do I have one of the most unathletic teams? And that's defeating to think about. I didn't realize this crushing realization till just now. Check out this other segue, dude. Speaking of Italians getting rocked, there was that whole boxing thing, that whole boxing scandal. Kind of. And I still don't even know where it lies. So it started out with Amain Khalif or whatever, and she fought Angela Carini. Dude, look at the names I'm pulling. I haven't looked at this in days. But they went up to box, and it was assumed that Amain was a transgender male or transgender female, one of the two, whatever means that you switched into that. Okay, either way. They thought it was a biological male fighting a biological woman, and the match starts and ends about 8 seconds. And the small little Italian woman gets rocked, and Amain's huge and has the body of a man. So everyone's like, this is a transgender man, and she's just beating the absolute crap out of this woman, because she just calls off. It breaks her nose immediately. The fight starts, boom. This small Italian woman breaks her nose. She's bleeding, and she busts the chin strap open, and she quits. She calls it off, and she falls to her knees crying because she's like, I just wanted to make my dad proud. I've never been hit like that in my entire life. It hurts too much. I've never experienced such pain. Hot dog. So everyone on Twitter and the internet, they go, shame, shame, shame. Why would you let a man fight this woman? That's messed up. And then everyone's on board with that, okay? I mean, there's some people that aren't, but, if you have the biology of a man, you can't go around just beating up women. I think those are the rules. And vice versa. Yeah? You can't let a woman go, it hasn't happened. If it did happen, we'd say shame. But anyways, so we're all in the same boat. I'm like, this needs to stop. This can't be right. And then it came out that Amain, the masculine looking woman, that she was born a biological female. So, I there's more to this, but when that came out, everyone kind of stopped, and then I had a lot of empathy for this woman. I go, well, how crappy does that feel? Not only do you just win a gold medal at the top of the game, and you're so great that you just knock this lady out, and you're a lady yourself, you're on equal territory, you win, boom, gold medal. That's the peak of athleticism, right? And then you log online, and everyone's like, what the frick, this dude, this ugly man, and you're like, geez, I just, I had a bad haircut, sure, I don't, Like, there was no reason for them to hate on it so hard. So they came out with a bunch of evidence, and I still don't even know where it lies. The last thing said that she was born biologically female, but that it's confirmed that she has XY chromosomes. So she has the biology of a man, but the testicles are like hidden inside of her or something. So she's getting like manly testosterone. So she has the strength of a man, but she was born. It's all very scientific, and you know, I'm more interested for the fact that I felt bad because it's not your fault, you know, but I don't know what the rules are. And also I felt bad for that poor Italian lady. I mean, she did like either something was askew and this lady really did hit her hard, or, you know, she just, you know, got the crap beat out of her. So I don't know. Do we feel bad? I don't know if she's a wimp or if she just genuinely, I mean, she looked like she got beat up. I just feel bad. I don't even know what the deal is with the women's boxing. And I guess now both of the last two fighters, they both have XY chromosomes. And that's been the big joke online, is that everyone's like, well, men are so good at sports that the finals are two men competing. And I don't even have enough information to delegate, because the Olympics last so long, dude, that there's the information, all the freaking stuff comes out in like waves of 4 days. But yeah, how crappy would that be, man, if you win a gold like in anything, and they're like, dude, you're just ugly. Okay, you look bad. You look like a cheater. Like, that'd be pretty crappy, dude. So I guess in a sense, I hope that it ends up being a for sure man beating up a woman, and that's not a good sentence to say, but at least then her feelings are, then she's not being made fun of just for whatever. I don't even know, dude. So that's America. Oh, and that's Paris. Those are the Olympics. That's all I can cover, man. That's all I can tell you is that, one, I just want to be a part of the winning team, okay? And if that means, if it depends on where you live, which I guess it doesn't, then I'm just going to forever move. I'll hop, dude. I don't care. To wear the badge of most athletic without having to do anything athletic, oh, dude, I'm a keyboard athlete, okay? I'm one of those people, I need to sit in the back and just, it really is, you know? And if you're on the worst team, it's like watching, you know, the Browns, and you're like, it's exactly like that. It's exactly the same. You take on the personality of the team that you cheer for. If you're a winner, for some reason you feel like a winner, and you're all fat and drunk, and you got a soda hat on, and there's crumbs all over your face. We're winners, man! Oh, your chest bone. We're the Patriots win again. Yeah, you didn't do anything. And the same reason that Browns fans are just drinking themselves to death in the stands, like, I hate the team. We're losers. We are losers, right? It sucks in the sense that it does work both ways. It would be great if it only worked in the positive aspects, but I wonder if the team at the bottom of the ranks, okay, something like Djibouti, that's another, I just pulled that out of thin air. I don't know. Canada's pretty far down there, like 11. So, I mean, I don't know. Like, do people, like, if I'm feeling pride, which I shouldn't, if I'm feeling pride as just someone voting for that team, do people feel shame for feeling voting for the other team? I have no idea, but I'm going to keep dancing at the finish line. Trump dance on him, dude. Trump, a lot of people. Have you seen Trump dance, dude? It's the funniest thing ever. I know he's 80 years old and he's not going to be able to bust a move, but he does this thing, okay? It's like he's milking an anthropomorphic cow. A lot of people said I couldn't dance, but look at us, America. It's a great, like, cha-cha shimmy. It works, man. It works for him. I shouldn't shame people anymore, but you know what? I had a hard week, okay? So I'm going to make fun of presidential nominees, athletes, and more importantly, myself. But anyways, guys, I think that's all I have to talk about. I know that's mostly complaints, but you know what? I had a mostly complaining week, but I hopefully turned that. I'm not, again, like I said, I recover so fast. I'm not actually upset about anything. All right, but I tried to get in the headset, in the mind space of somebody that was spacing out in the mind, in the set of the head. But yeah, I hopefully hope that that was fun for everybody, okay? And I'm going to try and be the best of America. I don't even know where I'm going, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. This has been Full Circus. I've been Tristan Sartoris, an American, or if China climbs to the top before this is all over, consider me country swapping. Can I do that? I don't know what the rules are in immigration, but hey, if it means I'm an athlete, I'll find a way. All right, guys, I'll see you in the next one. Thanks so much.